Hey, y'all. Hope y'all are doing well. It is Hump Day. And for me, it's Rollin' 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 Day. You'll see what I mean when I get to it. Um, hey, yesterday's video, we ended up losing a subscriber, but we gained one back. So all good right there. Um, if any of you guys use Amazon, please consider using my Amazon link. A lot of you guys know I make about $1.50 on these videos. It takes quite a bit of time to actually put them together and all that stuff. So, if you are a shopper on Amazon, go ahead and in the link below, in the description below, in the comment section below, there's a link that says link to Amazon, and you just click it, and it takes you to Amazon. And if you're shopping there, it gives me a small commission on qualified purchases. And so far, the month of March, just being transparent, we've made $13.16, and $491 in revenue. I get 13.16. That's about 2.7%. It just helps. Okay, it's just every little bit helps. So if you would do that, I'd appreciate it. You don't have to do anything. Subscribe, like, all that stuff. That'd be wonderful. Yeah. So let's get into it. So today was Rollin' 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 Day. Also, I'm going to give you a couple of things I'm looking at here this week. They may come to fruition, they may not. But I just wanted to give you an idea what I'm looking at. So what did I do? Well, I closed TNA. Remember, that's one of the ones that was in the money, and it was in the money big time. So I decided to close it. Closed both contracts, exited it out at $6. So that's a realized loss of $1,086.96. Now, if a lot of you you've had to be following me for a very long time to know that I don't like the actual term rolling, because it kind of masks the fact that you took a big fat loss. Okay. I don't like to do that. But, I'm going to use the term rolling because that is the generally accepted term. But there you go, 1,086.96. So what did I do? I rolled it out, and let's take a look. And that's all I did today as far as closes. Okay, so we lost 1,086.96 for the day. But what we opened, we'll go down here. TNA, I went out to March 31st. Went down to the 32 strike. Okay, it's still in the money. But I went from those were two contracts that we closed, and I opened three at the 32 strike, collected $4.04. So we collected $1,211.30 in premium. So if we look, we realized 1086 of a loss, and then we sold $1,211.30 in premium. And then I sold a couple others. LNC is an insurance company. I don't know how much insurance companies are wrapped up in the financial junk, but if I'm looking at LNC, they make money hand over fist. You'll have to dig into them to understand why they lost money this past year, but insurance companies are typically cash cows. And LNC, I went out to April 21st and did a 15 strike, and that would be like 5-year low, or that would be low. If it got assigned at 15, that would be lower than the March 2020 fallout. So I sold two of those contracts and ended up getting $100.10 for both of those total. And then Dutch Bros, I'm a holder, so I wanted to possibly reduce my cost basis per se. So I went out to April 28th on Dutch Bros, went to the 25 strike, and got $75 for it. So that's it for the openings. Let's take a look real quick. Premium cooking, of course, ballooned because of the TNA roll. So premium cooking right now, $2,747, with majority of that coming off this month, but hopefully. Quick overview. We are negative. We fell into the negative for March, minus 231.78. But our cash balance actually has gone up, and we'll go over that on Friday. Quick view. Let's look at what we have coming up. Google. I hope I don't regret it waiting on Google and QQQM. Okay, I'm kind of being a little greedy. Like, give me another day. Give me a little bit more green, and I'll close these out. But they're no longer in the money. JetQ's no longer in the money. MPW, I'm going to take Intel. I haven't decided yet. I almost rolled that call out just to a later date at the same strike. Well, we'll see. I kind of would rather have the cash, to be honest with you. Blackstone, it's at an 84 strike. A little bit more green. That'll be nice. And then TMF call will probably expire worthless. So that's it. Notional, that's if everything is assigned to me, 85,750. Once I get rid of Google and QQQM, that'll drop dramatically. Let's see, what else? What am I looking at? A couple of things I looked at today that is intriguing a little bit. And someone asked in a comment yesterday what he should look for as far as, starting to wheel a stock. And my suggestion for most people starting out, I don't even know if he was starting out, but I'm just assuming, is to look at ETFs. And in particular, look at sector ETFs. Okay. And what do I mean by that? I mean, all the spider ETFs, they all start with X for the most part. The one I was looking at today is XLE, which is the Energy Select Spider Fund. I haven't played energy in probably over a year. Because if we look at a chart, I probably haven't played it, this whole spike up from right here. I haven't touched it. But it's come down, and I think it's getting a little interesting now. Because if I look at a chart, it has support right there. But if I'm looking at it, it looks like this gap wants to be filled right there. If you see that gap between like 73 and 74 and a half. If we get a down day tomorrow and this gap gets filled, I'll be looking to do probably a 45-day put out at about the $65 range, which would be right at about the 52-week low. Because if we look at up here on Fidelity, 52-week range is 65.48 to 94.71. So I almost sold it today, but what ended up happening is I saw that I could have got like $110 for it. Then I started doing the research and looking at the chart and stuff. And then I came back and it was already down to like $85. So I said, no, I'm not going to chase it. So if this comes back down tomorrow, this 65 strike out to April 28th for XLE is something I'll be looking into. But I definitely like to get more than $1 for it. And the next one I'm looking at is XLU, and that is the Spider Utilities Fund. It was up today, but looking at a chart, I kind of like where it's at. I'd like for it to come back a little bit. And its support is right around 63.75. I would look at probably something a little bit below that, 62.50 or 60, which is way down here. But I think 62.50 would be where I would be. And if we look at XLU, the option chain, April 28th, 62.50, you can get, let's see, in between there, 80, 82, $83. Again, I'd like to get 100. I'd like to get $1 out of it, but we'll see. But those are the couple of things that I'm looking at. If you're new, I love ETFs to play options. Why? You eliminate a ton of variables. You eliminate earnings. You eliminate just single stock risk, like bad news, right? Like, government taking over your oil company, whatever, right? You know what I mean? It's not gonna affect you as much in an ETF because typically these things have 50 to a couple hundred holdings, and if one of those goes kaput, you're gonna still be fine. Now that being said, the premium is usually not as good as single stock, but removing that variable, especially if you're new, I think is it's invaluable because you can concentrate on looking at how options move, right? Instead of selling something on a single stock and you didn't pay attention to earnings and it fell, and now you got to buy this stock 20% lower than what you sold the put at. So those are the things that I would suggest for the new guy. He was asking for a wheel stock, and I I don't buy anything just to wheel it. It has to happen to me. It has to come to me. So, hope you enjoyed. We just need a little bit more green. Hopefully, Google and QQQM doesn't bite me in the butt that I didn't close that today, because I could have closed those for, around 50-60% profit. I'm being a little greedy. Hopefully that doesn't affect me too much. So, but I guess we'll find out tomorrow. So hope you guys had a good Wednesday. We'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye. I am not a financial advisor. The information contained in this video is for entertainment and informational purposes only. It is not intended to be investment advice. Please seek a licensed professional for any investment, tax, or legal advice. Thank you.